I was going to be homeless. I was going to be kicked out. It's been hard the past 5 years, getting from 18 to 23. Stability is what I desire. I went to Squalicum, where it's known as a sports school, but I was involved in the arts. And by that I mean almost every part of the arts. I did visual art, I did drama, I did choir. I had this grand dream that I was going to be a comic artist. And with that, I was like, okay, I should probably go to art school. That is the most logical step, right? And so I was doing my research and I landed on Cornish down in Seattle. I would go down there for different tours. I would visit the campus. Like, I was going to be a design major with a specialty in illustration and comics. I had always had to grow up faster than my peers. We always struggled more financially than a lot of the people around us, with medical bills, with the mortgage that we really couldn't afford, and all of that. We were living impoverishedly. At that time, I was looking forward to my independence. I was also looking forward to creating, not just creating with art, but creating a space for myself, creating a community, a new life. And then suddenly it all came crashing down in August that year, right before I was supposed to move down to Seattle. And that was rough. I very, very much underestimated what it would take to get the financial aid I needed. I was very depressed because I wasn't able to go to art school, and my physical health was also rapidly declining. I'd be in front of the microwave, bracing myself on the counter, lifting my right leg up, and just thinking, like, I would rather this be cut off right now, because then maybe I wouldn't have the pain. My parents got divorced the summer after my senior year. During that was when my mom met a man. That was when things got from not great to worse. I wasn't prepared for what was actually going to be happening. That included verbal abuse from my stepfather. I was being made to think that I deserved to be belittled all the time, that I deserved to have almost all the housework pushed onto me, despite the fact that, again, I couldn't walk. If I didn't perform up to par, I would get demeaned or threatened with being kicked out of what was once my childhood home. I didn't feel safe. I felt like at any point I could have been on the streets. It was very scary. I felt so much anxiety. I didn't need someone just telling me to grow up. I needed someone to actually foster me during it. Lots of memories of seeing the exterior. I moved in right before my 8th birthday, and I moved out when I was 20. So it was, yeah, a dozen years.
That's why sometimes it's kind of actually rewarding.
It was like February 2019 that I stepped into the ground floor for the first time. Rebecca was actually the first person to tell me very simply that what I was experiencing was a form of domestic violence. It was one of the first times that someone had actually stated that what I was going through was wrong. Things were starting to look up. Until suddenly they weren't, and I needed housing fast. And so I reached out to Rebecca again at the ground floor, and she was like, I was actually about to reach out to you because we have an opening in TLP and you can move in a week or two. I was in shock. I did not know what to say. I couldn't even like physically react because I was just shocked. My mouth was just slightly agape during it. It was during that time that I was finally able to heal. I was actually able to become the adult version of Tristan. I'm excited to have a future that I didn't think that I was going to have. Northwest Youth Services gave me the tool set to get this life. I look back on where I was 5 years ago. I'm in such a different place. Currently work at the ground floor with Northwest Youth Services. I want to see what I'm going to be able to take forward from this experience in order to currently help others that were in my situation or somewhat similar situations. It's very eye-opening in a lot of ways, and I really wish that the rest of the public was able to see what it is I'm able to see in these people. They're all so brilliant, and I've been so fortunate to see the real people shining out underneath.